told that he was too small, celebrating the retirement of Barb Hija. And again, thank you, Mr. Watson. Where are you at? Putting together another good story. I told Mr. Watson I was going to have to clean the frame around this one because I happened to read this in advance, and I had a hard time getting through it all without getting choked up. So hopefully I can make it through this. If you see some tears, well, you'll understand why. See how it goes. So, in 2010, country singer Carrie Underwood wrote and recorded a tune called Mama's Song. One verse of the song goes like this: Mama, you taught me to do the right things, so now you have to let your baby fly. Give me everything that I will need to make it through this crazy thing called life. Today we celebrate the retirement of our mom, Barb Hija. For the past 16 years at our plant, Barb has been more than a human resource coordinator. She has been like a mother to most of us. Maybe she's even been a grandmother to youngsters like Charlie Boltzmann and David Tibby. All of us can think of times in the past where we would walk into her office with a question or a concern, whether it was something with our insurance or a pension question, or perhaps to help arrange an upcoming leave of absence that we needed. Barb would stop whatever she was doing to take care of us and make sure we had what we needed. She didn't do this because she had to. She did this because she cared about every employee in her plant. That's how she hopes she is remembered after today. Someone who was fair and someone who cared about the employees. She put the human in human resources, and that will be greatly missed. Although Barb has always cared about helping people, she hasn't always been in HR. Her first job was as an office worker with Cosgrove Oil, a job that lasted about 10 years. It was a job that helped pay the bills, but it didn't satisfy her passion to help those in need. So she quit that job and hooked up with Catholic Social Services, where she helped take newborn babies that were unwanted and helped place them in foster homes until they could be adopted. She watched over their care and monitored them until each and every one of her kids found permanent homes. Mother Barb has found her niche and stayed at this job for 15 years. No telling how many young lives she has saved by her love and her devotion to helping those in need. Wanting a change in scenery, Barb got a job at Sacred Heart Rehab Center in Memphis as a medical transcriber. Most people who are hired to work at this center are recovering addicts. Barb was the first of two workers who were non-recovering. At first she thought she was going to play a huge part in helping people recover from problems or addictions that they had acquired, but instead she sat at a desk with headphones strapped to her ears. It didn't take long for Barb to realize that she didn't like to transcribe. She was a people person and needed the one-on-one interaction with people. In an effort to get back to a job where she could once again help people, she hooked up with Grit Manufacturing. This fairly new company has no safety manager and no HR coordinator. Two jobs that are very important to the safety and well-being of employees. She jumped at the opportunity to make a change for the better and quickly took over the front office. Mother Barb was back in business. Although she was employed there for only 3 years, it was a job that got her back into nurturing people who needed help at work. She then heard that Cargill Soft was in search of an HR coordinator, knowing in her heart that this was likely the perfect fit for her passion. She didn't hesitate to apply for the job. After she was interviewed by Noreen Fitzgerald, our assailant, an interview that she thought went flawlessly, Barb was put on hold, and the wait seemed to be for an eternity. Barb said that after the interview was finished, she didn't hear a word for some time, and she grew concerned. Not one to give up easily, she called Arliss every Monday for 3 straight months. Finally, Arliss likely grew tired of taking her calls. Barb got the phone call that she was waiting for, and she began her career at Cargill on April 6, 2000. Now, 16 years plus later, Barb is saying goodbye to her kids. She has not only been a mother to the hundreds of employees over those years, she has also been the right-hand man, so to speak, to 5 plant managers: Arliss Saylor, Gene Shaw, Don Chudas, Keith Klug, and now myself. There's an old saying that goes back to the 1940s that states, behind every great man is a great woman. There's no doubt that all 5 St. Clair plant managers would agree that their personal success was helped by someone behind the scenes. by someone who cared, by someone who gave everything she had to the complete success of this plan, by someone who cherished her employees. She cherished her employees, which she considered part of her family. That great woman is Barb Hija, our mom. The other day I looked up at the word volunteer in Webster's dictionary, and there was a photo of Barb Hija next to the definition. You crying?
No.
The definition is simply read, see photo. Barb has spent numerous years on various committees to help those in need, including the Cargill Cares Committee with her to Nancy. She gave her time freely to those who needed it and encouraged others to do so as well. She helped spearhead the United Way drive at our plant each year. You knew where to find Barb during the annual Relay for Life, especially in the middle of the night. It would be impossible to list all of the charitable events that Barb has participated in, most times helped lead, only because her passion to give her time to those who needed it. When she was recently asked what the highlight of her Cargill career has been, she was very quick to respond. When she received the United Way Award, the biggest award given to a volunteer by the United Way in our county. And best of all, it was a complete surprise. And you know how hard it is to keep a secret from Barb Hija. But it was more than just a shock of receiving the award. It was meaningful to Barb because the recognition had come from outside of Cargill, and others had recognized her passion to help people. That passion will not retire with her. Although Barb said she will totally enjoy being around the house getting stuff done that she hasn't had time to do until now, she will still volunteer at every opportunity, and she doesn't have to wait long for her first opportunity either, as Dave Watson has already signed her up to help with his new breakfast initiative in school for school children in Marysville called BOSS. Kind of fitting, huh? Breakfast on Saturday and Sunday. Although Barb is excited to be retiring with Steve McCartney and she is proud to share this celebration with him, Barb quickly points out that Steve never lets her forget that she's 6 months older than him. Steve has already walked out of the tunnel for the last time on May 17th, and today Barb will take that final stroll down memory lane as well, a lane that will be filled with emotion. Take one last look at our mom Barb on her retirement day and see the tears in her eyes as she eats that piece of cake. Right? She isn't sad because she's leaving the plant, for she knows in her heart that she did a ton of the little behind-the-scenes things to help our employees, and she gave everything she had to those who needed it. She also knows in her heart that the plant is in better shape than it was when she began 16 plus years ago. No, she is sad because her retirement cake was not cut by her beloved friend, her partner in crime, Nancy D. Barb recalled countless times when she had asked Nancy to cut a retiree cake, only to have Nancy complain about the green and black frosting. I'm not cutting that superlative cake. With the cuss words still echoing in Barb's ear, Nancy grabbed a knife and started slicing away with a smile on her face. Mom, knowing your heart that Nancy D is smiling down on your retirement day. And if you listen closely, you might hear that unmistakable laugh as you lick that green and black frosting off your finger. I told you I hate that superlative frosting. Now that a new chapter of your life is about to begin, just know that from the bottom of our hearts you will be missed. You taught us to do the right things and have given us everything that we will need. Now is the time to let us fly, for our mom is leaving the nest, a nest that will never be the same.
Guys, I just want to tell you, it's been such a pleasure working with every one of you. We are a family here. Mom's leaving the nest, but you guys are fully capable of taking care of it. Just follow your heart and do